everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Tyranny. Last episode was a completely skippable episode where I went through selling all the loot I had, taking care of gear, leveling people up, and all that good crap. Now, with all that done, what I think we're going to do is move on with the main quest, which is the Tears Will Shake. We're supposed to travel to the Jagged Maw Shrine and meet with Disfavored forces stationed there. Although, we do also happen to have the Half Gate here, which we can look at, which is a bit curious. I don't know why we can look at that, but I guess Jagged Maw Shrine is where we're supposed to go, so we'll go there first. And, since we're going into territory that is currently controlled by the Chorus, instead of taking Barrack, Lantry, and Ebb, we're going to take Kills in Shadow, Siren, and Verse. I have a feeling the fight's going to be a little tougher now because, well, actually, it suddenly struck me. Yeah, we're going to be a bit lower on spells and the like. I should probably give another healing spell to Siren. Is there any in particular? Vital Body is a long-lasting regenerative effect, and that's also a large amount. You know what? I'll give you Healing Wisps. Anything I can improve? Yeah, I'll do those improvements. Oh, jump targets would actually be interesting. But it's a huge requirement. So we'll just give that to you. Oh wait, you already have it. I didn't realize you already had it. And, okay, we need to improve it then. There, update it. I didn't realize you already had it. Is there anything else I wanted to give? Actually, yeah. Slumber? You know what? That actually seems like a good thing to have. Can't really boost anything there, but let's give it to you. Sing them to sleep, Siren. That seems like a fair idea. Everyone else is fairly base. It's good enough. Okay, anyway, enough with that distraction. Let's head to Jagged Maw Shrine. See what we find here. I forgot to give spells to Lantry. Oh well, we'll find more spells, and we'll improve him next time we use him. Cadus and Radix. Ah yes, and the abilities here... Controls... The ground just shook! Minus 15 to all magic skills, more prone duration, more control... You know what? Since this is less magic skills, it's probably a good thing we got two people who are the fighter types instead of the mage types. This is going to be interesting. Let's see. The Stone Sea environment is harsh and unforgiving. Arid plant life is about all that can survive in these parts. Ooh. Scarlet Notebook. A red spiral is carved upon the wooden cover of this papyrus notebook. The handwriting within is haphazard and inscrutable, the work of an unpracticed, poorly trained wordcaster. A few entries contain recognizable sentences, and the book appears to be the journal of a Scarlet Corps commander detailing troop movements. Times and locations are noted alongside numbers and pictures of trees, stick figures, and rocks. The author either didn't know the words for lumber or in people, or just felt more comfortable with pictures than words. While much of the journal is inscrutable, the corner of every page has the day's headcount for the author's brigade. While some days note dozens of losses, the brigade appears to be recruiting far faster than its members are dying or deserting. Strange formation. This rocky protrusion is magical in origin. As Cairn roamed the Stone Sea during the Conquest, it was rumored that structures like these were formed in his wake and contained traces of his essence. Place your hands on the monument to learn the spell Symbol of Stone. We already know it! Okay. Okay, we've got a bunch of things here that we can loot. There's really not much to this place here, is there? Aged planks of wood and withered rope are the only things keeping travelers alive while crossing the great chasms of the Stone Sea. Yeah, there's really not much in this area. Just the two people we're supposed to be talking to. Alright then, Radix and Cadus. Fatebinder! The soldier salutes you with a smack of a meaty fist on bronzed armor. Lieutenant Cadus, at your service, sir. He jerks a thumb, his gauntlet caked with dust and blood, towards the mountain of a man behind him. Won't get him to admit it, but Radix is too. That's Commander Ironcore to you, baby brother. And you as well, Fatebinder. The elite Iron Guard casts a steely glance in your direction without offering you a salute. Forgive me if I do not have time to entertain idle pleasantries. We're on a campaign of the highest importance. I am sure you understand. Cadus clears his throat with a sound that's half-hackling, half-deep guffaw. He slouches in lazy attention, a hand resting comfortably on the hilt of his broadsword. I humbly apologize for the both of us, but if you don't mind me asking, what's brought you to these parts, sir? He tips his head to indicate the stone expanse behind him. Sure, she looks pretty, but don't let those big peaks fool you. This land's a tangle of danger. Let's see. What's with the constant quakes? Cairn was defeated, but he's not entirely dead. So long as his essence remains within his body, the Edict of Stone will remain in place. The Earthshakers are the arcane arm of Ash's military, correct? An astute observation. Our guild has devoted ourselves to the study of Earth Arcanum, and as such were the disciples of Cairn before his unfortunate end. As his prime and closest pupil, it has befallen to me to inherit Cairn's legacy. He sweeps a brief, stiff salute. I am Radix Ironcore, mover of mountains, Iron Guard to Ash, and second master of the Earthshakers. I don't know why I thought Radix was female. Must have been the thin body. Okay. And he's not at all full of himself. Cadus laughs good-naturedly. Cairn, isn't that the Archon who rebelled against Kairos? Fatebinder Callio cast the Edict of Stone in 430 in order to kill him. Precisely, yes. During our primary campaign to conquer Azure, Cairn broke completely from Ash's command, and shortly thereafter, Fatebinder Callio cast the edict of his execution. The Iron Guard widens and resettles his stance, arms clasped stiffly behind his back. While I devoted myself as Cairn's apprentice for many years, rest assured that as the inheritor of the Earthshakers Guild, I remain steadfast in my service to the Disfavored. Kairos' demand for loyalty is absolute. This I understand well. The Iron Guard taps the heel of his boot against the ground, annoyed, causing pebbles to quake and jump in the near distance around him. What I can neither understand nor forgive is why he would choose such filthy savages over his own disciples. By savages you mean the beastmen. Quite assuredly. For Cairn to risk the entire guild on account of such primitive beasts, it is wholly contemptible. Not only did he bring ruin on himself, but he very nearly rained the same on us. Humans have two eyes, yep, but always are having trouble looking past length of own snout. She grunts, clearly cross. You're both an Earthshaker and an Iron Guard. How did that come to pass? It was not by choice, I can assure you. I merely desired to study under Cairn's tutelage, but after we pledged our allegiance to Ash, the position was more or less forced upon me. He looks down for a moment before catching himself slumping. Not that I could resent a position bestowed upon me by the General himself, though I am not one for rank and file. As Cairn's protege, clearly I was the ideal selection. Let's speak of another matter. You two, you're related? That's right, sir. We're brothers born, if not bred. He slaps Radix heartily on the back, the iron underside of his gauntlet resounding like the clang of a funeral bell. We share a mother, much to Radix's regret. My brother, impetuous as he is, likes to rely on brawn and chance as he marches through life. I, however, being elder and of higher intellect, am fortuitous enough to have inherited the call of the land. He says that, but I'll be the one keeping his head from getting lobbed off when we're attacked next. Well, I'd certainly feel safe if these two were in charge of my well-being. She turns away from them and rolls her eyes. You were raised apart from one another. Yeah, it's not like he was sent away. On account of him being 12 years older and annoyingly apt with magic, he left for Tortolas to study under Cairn. Cadus smacks his brother heartily on the back. Can't say I missed him much. You ever been buried alive, sir? Ah, how long ago, I do remember. Mother was quite proud. Not of that incident. She was unreasonably furious even though I left you an air hole. She taps the toe of his boot on the ground, though thoughts likely as tremorous as the earth around him. It was a great honor to study under an Archon. Tortolas. That's in the north, right? Obviously. Despite my master's increasingly irrational inclinations in his age, Cairn was a northerner, same as you and I. The Iron Guard settles his stance, peering silently toward the horizon for a moment before he continues to speak. Tortolas is the longest continental mountain range in the Northern Empire. Naturally, it was upon its highest peak that Cairn established the Earthshaker Guild, and where I painstakingly accumulated the potential of my abilities. What was it like studying under Cairn? Excruciatingly arduous, yet edifying. Do you want me to claim he was like a doting father? I cannot. He was ruthless when he needed to be, and above all, brilliant. He was an Archon, and a powerful one at that. If you want access to those heights of power, you have to be dedicated. If you aren't willing to train, you aren't worthy to wield that power. You have separate fathers. Who were they? Don't know. The lieutenant shrugs. But it doesn't rightly matter, does it? If it were just our father, this one could have been rid of me. But you can't deny the lineage of the womb, nor a woman's inheritance, even if I did choose the front lines over Radix's stodgy guild. That's right. For better or worse, we're indisputably bound by blood. Though you wouldn't know it, as Cadus exhibits only the most minuscule of mother's traits. Let's see another thing. What are you and your squad doing stationed in the middle of the Stone Sea? We're weeks into the escort op of Fire and Damnation. I'd say I got the detail as punishment, but the general claims he chose me on account of this jerk being my kin. He thinks Radix will listen to me when I tell him he's about to step off a cliff. As if that would happen. He waves a dismissive hand. My brother is a dreamer, though his fantasies are often insipid and ill-devised. We are en route to Howling Rock to bolster our fort, and the Earthshakers protecting Cairn's remains. On account of you, I'm skinning beastmen and digging rockspurs from my boots instead of sacking Stalwart. Cadus levels at the Iron Guard. If I was going to dream for anything, it would be about leaving this wretched shithole realm behind. What exactly are these parts, and how are they dangerous? The Stonestalkers call this place Jagged Maw Shrine on account of the crystal formations. If the beastmen don't kill you, the constant quakes and steep drop-offs damn well will. Come now, the quakes are of little consequence to an Earthshaker, baby brother. It's the foul beasts we must contend most with, and why you are here. The beastmen consider this place to be a sort of shrine. Something about big elder teeth and dead ancestors have made it sacred ground to them. Shit if I know, or care. The Shakers say it's a place with concentrated magic, and that's about as far as I understood it. Ask him about military stratagem, and he'll light up like a spark of sulfur. But when it comes to alchemy and the arcane, his understanding is fundamental at best. The site's sizable protrusions of azure lith exude a temporal resonance on par with a geoentropic elucidation of the purest regularity. So as one could imagine, the area is of particular value in the study of Earth Arcanum, and is likely, as well, appealing to those creatures who hold some attunement to the land. Humans know nothing of beast woman ways. Jagged Maw is hollowed land to Stonestalkers because land's rocks are ancient, are jutting and mystic. The beast woman snorts, amused. What? The lieutenant laughs loud and long, his sudden exuberance making him seem boyish for his years. Ah, don't worry, sir. You're not the only one. I can see my breath is wasted. Not getting along with the locals? Which ones? The starving simpletons of Halfgate who mule their grievances against us to the chorus? Or the beasts who nightly crawl to the cliffside seeking to flay us alive? What grievances do the people of Halfgate have against the Earthshakers? At times the earth remits me vibrations of their murmurings. The cretins unilaterally blame us for the region's continued seismic activity, though they are not entirely wrong. Why is the Beast Tribe in the Stone Sea trying to kill you? Did you know they first welcomed my Earthshakers into these lands? They do tend to hate the Disfavored, though, don't they, baby brother? Damn right they do. But rather than agitated, his voice sounds mirthful from behind his mask, cocky yet easygoing. We put the fear of ash in them. The Iron Guard presses two fingers to his temple, suppressing a sigh. Regardless of the means, the beasts have commenced attacking us, Earthshaker and Soldier akin. We had hoped to draw on our common ground as mages of the land, but after first accepting us, they savagely accused us as trespassers and stealers of some nonsensical substance they call Elder Teeth. What exactly are Elder Teeth? It's what the beastmen call Azurelith. They call them such because of their teeth-like formations, and the elders in their tribe use them. He shrugs at their odd reasoning. We know that they have mystical properties, such as the amplification of magic, and we are still studying their uses. Cairn himself was fascinated by them. Tell me about the crystal Azurelith formations in this region. The locals call them Elder Teeth. We have been researching their properties, which seem to amplify magic somehow. Cairn was very interested in them and sought to better understand them before his untimely demise. He looks off in the distance, as though hoping to catch a glimpse of this matter. Well, all we have left here. Let's see. Brief me on the chorus's troop movements throughout the region. Shit, if there aren't more of them than maggots out here. Can't go 2 feet without needing to gouge someone's entrails out. The soldier rubs at the pommel of his sword, edgy. But most of them have swarmed Halfgate looking for warm bodies. Crude as my brother is, I agree with his assessment. The chorus are rather semblant to maggots, singly inconsequential yet annoying numerous. Both squish beneath stones of adequate acceleration and mass. He taps his foot in a slow but eager rhythm on the ground, but then stops, settling himself once more into stillness. However, more pressing matters have needed my attention presently. Even Radix likes killing chorus screamers, but he can't stray from the parameters of his post, and I can't stray from him. Oh no, what a convenient shame that you're both stuck here and need someone else to do your dirty work. Pathetic. Your report has been sufficiently informative. I'll be sure to avoid their forces going forward. Glad I could be of service, sir. Ash has sent me to assist with your efforts to solidify your hold in the Stone Sea. So you do come with a purpose. The Iron Guard turns the crushing weight of his attention on you, once strengthened by both magic and the austerity of his resolve. After a moment, the severity of his scrutiny slowly crumbles, and he nods as if to an unspoken decision. I'd be a fool to turn down the aid of a Fatebinder, especially one so renowned. I will accept any assistance I can acquire in uniting with my Earthshakers at Howling Rock and defending the fort they have erected around Cairn's remains. What the commander is trying to say is we're beholden to have you, Cadus grunts, shooting his brother a pained look. Getting to Howling Rock's the easy part, only it hasn't been that easy. We've been waylaid with chorus forces and beasts that'll rend you limb from limb sooner than you can blink. They're bloodthirsty sons of curs, mark my words. We've assembled a base of operations surrounding Cairn's remains. Obviously, securing Cairn was our first priority. You think we'd let these savages, or worse, the chorus, get their hands on him? What can you tell me about Cairn's demise? Only that I've heard he's not dead yet, and I mean that. You can hear him at night, shuddering and moaning like the wind through the mountains. He shifts and resettles the weight of his heavy suit. The Shakers could tell you best why they've been treating him, keeping him alive. It's experimental, not restorative. I assure you, as I've already assured Ash, it's for examination and learning purposes only. There is yet much knowledge and power to be gleaned from our forebearer. I know we can't do anything to save him, but what you're doing is reprehensible. Put him out of his misery, stop this meaningless torture. And lose a lifespan of advancement. Don't be absurd. Radix taps the heel of his boot against the ground, annoyed. Cairn himself would have wished this for us, were he able. Why do you think Cairn betrayed his orders? The disfavored officer scrubs a hand over the nape of his neck, hesitant to answer. Why would anyone? The world's full of vices to tempt a soldier. Booze, brothels, betting. I figure earth magic must be a damn mire of a drug to tempt an Archon from duty. Guess they aren't so inhuman after all. I did say I'd come to help you, but that doesn't mean I'm willing to battle both chorus and beasts in order to do so. The disfavored lieutenant scratches at the back of his helm, perplexed. Forgive me for saying, but I expected more zeal from you, sir. Any one of my shields would piss on their mother for the chance to fight in Ash's honor. So send them to die for Ash's honor. I have more critical issues to worry about as a Fatebinder. Alpha is right. Pack should be hunting ironclads, not beast women. She licks the tips of her claws, staring longingly at the disfavored soldiers before her. He gives her a sideways stare. Sir, then what did you come here for? Can set you to digging in the latrine, sir, should you find it more suitable to one of your invaluable rank, sir. Some would find it dangerous to speak to a Fatebinder in such a way. Sir, with all due respect, sir, I'm not sure what you mean, sir. He's incorrigible. Don't enable him. If you think I'll be the one to cave, then you're sorely mistaken. If you want my help, then name your offer. I sure as shit don't fight for the pay, so if it's rings you want, I can't help you. But if it'll sway you, I'll give you the last of my rations. Willing to starve for it. I see you are ever audacious, my baby brother. Have your rings and help us, but take his food as well. The lieutenant grunts, annoyed enough for once to ignore his commander's bait. Deftly he draws his sword, and crouching, carves a basic map into the silt-covered ground. Carve us a path to Howling Rock, and I won't need the rations. Fastest routes through Stone-Down Gorge, but like I said, the area is swarming with chorus and beasts alike. I'm counting on you to save the lives of my shields, got it? I'll need to see to some preparations first. Understood, sir. We'll prep for heading out and await your readiness. Cadus pounds a fist to his chest in farewell. Holler if you need us, but don't count on me and my shields to save your ass. Our duty's to protect the Shakers, so we'll be trailing a ways behind. Fatebinder, should you arrive before us, which I am almost assured that you will, you'll need this code, the Sigil of Cairn's Forgotten Name, to gain entry into the compound. Pay attention, for it is quite an intricate sigil. The master of the Earthshaker Guild calmly demonstrates the sigil by twisting and drawing his fingers through the air. Though it appears to any witness to be the motion of a spell, he lends no magic to the mark, deceptively using it as a coded communication instead. Show it to the guards and they will know that you are one of us. Not only is it intricate, but it's also quite unusual. What's the meaning behind this sigil? It is a name all but we have forgotten. It is the only remainder, a single identifier of Cairn's existence from when he lived wild and free in the mountains of Tortolus during the time of his youth, years before he pledged himself as an Archon to our overlord. Practice the Sigil of Cairn's Forgotten Name. He tilts his head, impressed. That is good. Adjust this finger like so on the down curve. Yes, precisely. You live up to your reputation, Fatebinder. Farewell. Okay, so we got Fear with one companion. Carving the path, eliminate the Stone Stalkers. That's the quest we have there. But I feel like we should still look at the other area. Maybe see what the Scarlet Chorus have to say. Unnerved by support for the disfavored. Yes, this will be interesting. But before we go there, I do think we should visit Halfgate and see what's going on there. That'll be interesting. That said, though, I think we'll do that in the next episode. This episode is going to be a little shorter, but I don't think that's too bad a thing. Just because Halfgate is probably going to take a while. So I'm very curious what we'll find there. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am... Sorry about that. I am Chester44. That is Jason Pendragon, Kills in Shadow, Siren, and Verse. This has been a Let's Play of Tyranny. And I shall see you all next time.